My name is Masaru Ikeda. I'm from Tokyo, Japan. So what I'm doing is basically, I do a lot of things because I wear many hats actually. But my main job is it's a media outlet. So focused on the covering startup scene, such as someone raised some money from the investors, or someone launched new products, or someone made a great exit by being acquired by a big guys, or those kind of things. So which is the online publication called Bridge, which is bridge.jp, having the English version and Japanese version of the news outlets. So I've been running it for almost like eight or 9 years. Yes, that's what we do. I have never invested in any startup before because I'm a media guy. But the main reason why I'm visiting Istanbul in this situation is I'm very interested in what's happening in the world because we see many chances to meet up with the startups in Asia, because I'm in Asia actually. But I'm also curious about what kind of the startups are trending, especially outside the region, which is Asia actually. So that's why I often visit many places, including Istanbul. So attending the Startup Istanbul is a good chance to meet up with the, the outstanding entrepreneurs from the region, including North Africa or Western Asia as well. So, which is very, very good opportunity to meet up with the entrepreneurs from this region. Yes, that's why I'm often visit here. I have no specific focus in terms of which startup I should cover actually, but things that which is common in terms of what kind of startup I'm covering usually is I'm not so much interested in the startup focus on a very niche. It's not niche market, but it's more like it's a geographically niche market, which is the startups work in the business model in a very specific area kind of thing. Because I really hope that more and more startups should look at the the globalization or internationalization. That's why I'm curious about. I'm very interested in meeting up with the startup having a global perspective or business model which will work in a global industry, a global market as well. Yeah. The main difference with the Startup Istanbul with the other similar events in the world is probably the other events are more focused on the entertaining the audience or presenters as well. However, Startup Istanbul is consisted of several different type of the contents, starting with the mentoring day and demo day, and finally it usually conclude with the competition stuff, right? So I think what's good about the Startup Istanbul is they usually start with the mentoring day, which is giving the selected startup the more chances to run more from the investors or potential investors probably. So, which is pretty unique from the other events. So that's what I thought about that. I think in any part of the world, I think the finding the potential investor is pretty difficult for anyone. So, however, I think the more and more entrepreneurs have more ways to work with the other business players, like the conglomerates or big enterprises actually, which is called so-called open innovation. That trend is it's very popular right now, especially in Asia, because Asia's economy is sometimes dominated by big guys or big conglomerates, which is sometimes considered negative, but which is good for startups is helping them find a good partner work with together. So, comparing to the raising money from investors, I think the more chances are popping up for entrepreneurs to work with the different industry, which is very good for them. I think this is true for any entrepreneurs in the world, but I think everyone should have more, much broader view on where is the targeted audience, or where is the targeted industry or economy kind of things actually. Because I'm from Tokyo, so the local entrepreneur out there they tend to think about very narrow area, which is more like Japan is a small country, but the economic size is pretty big enough to make a living inside the country actually. That's why local entrepreneurs tend to think about think it's small. I mean, most of them are not interested in so much about what's happening outside the country, but I think the entrepreneurs should keep exploring the huge opportunity anywhere. So I think anywhere in the world, even Turkish entrepreneurs as well as the other entrepreneurs in the world, think more globally, and also I really encourage them to think more, think about their global potential with their business model or their services. That's my thought on that.